To really sum up my main message of this channel, it's to keep taking silver and copper out of available supply. Save silver and copper from the cunning men trashing it away in AI data centers, robotics, satellites, aerospace, EVs, battery and military technology, computers, cell phones, laptops, screens and kitchen appliances, all home electronics, commercial electronics. Stop the cunning men trashing away the last of the silver and the copper. I'm primarily all about silver, but a lot of people are just saying, I can't get silver, Dave. I'm trying, I'm on a waiting list, but they just can't get any. Well, you can get it if you really pay through the nose for it, but it is getting very expensive, very difficult to get. Soon it will be almost completely unobtainium and unaffordium. So if you really want to, try and go for the next best thing, which is copper. I do not think gold is a good buy here. It's almost $5,000 per ounce. I don't think that is as good as silver and copper. I mean, it will carry on going up. Don't get me wrong. Gold will carry on going up. Soon it will be $10,000 per ounce. But you're going to get a much better return with silver and next best copper. I think gold will keep going up. Copper will go up more at a faster rate. If you put your same amount of investment funds into copper, you will do far better than you will with gold. But I think silver, you will do far better than copper. But I do understand it's getting very difficult to get silver. All around the world, people are saying all the places are sold out, sold out, sold out. Awaiting stock, awaiting stock, awaiting stock. And they say, I want to buy, all this investment funds want to buy silver. But it's getting very difficult. And it's only going to get worse. The shortages are severe. It is only going to get worse and more difficult to get it, which means the price of real silver is going up. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. It's only going to get more difficult. You can buy silver, but you have to come up with an amount that will convince strong hands to let it go. The weak hands have probably already sold, and all the dealers who sold regret selling because the price is going up and up and up and they can't get more stock. Or if they do get more stock, they have to pay through the nose for it. The weak hands have sold. Now you've got to persuade someone with strong hands to sell. And the shortages of silver are getting severe. Soon all the strong hands will have sold, and then it'll only be diamond hands left. Silver's getting into stronger and stronger hands until it all gets into diamond hands. Like me, I'm diamond hands. I will not sell. I'm going to borrow against my silver. And I want to talk about that because there's this new company in Singapore who is saying, and it's an international thing all around the world, they'll only really deal with a certain amount. You've got to have this minimum amount for them to deal with you. But yes, you can give them your silver and borrow 80% of the value of it. And as silver goes up, which mark my words, it will continue to go up, you can borrow more and more. You'll have to pay, repayment from that, but you've got the funds. So as silver goes up, just like people did with their houses over the last couple of decades, they used their house as a cash machine. And they had this big mortgage. The value of the house went up and up and up. It doubled. Oh, they can borrow more. They'll borrow more. And then the house went up even more. Oh, I can borrow even more. I'll increase my mortgage. I'll borrow even more. And now comes the bust. Interest rates are going up. House prices are going down. They're in trouble. That's not going to happen with silver. Silver will carry on going up and up and up. There will be dips along the way. We've had a dip just recently. And there will be dips. Nothing just goes straight up without any dips. It'll go up 3, 4, 5 steps, come down 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. Up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 steps, come down 6, 7, 8 steps. And it'll keep going, but the trend is up. There'll be dips along the way. It won't make much difference. Keep trying to take silver and copper out of available supply. So all those who say, I just can't find any silver, you have to put more effort in and you have to pay more. And there's still silver available on eBay. You have to double check that it's real. That's not so much of a problem with copper. I don't think there's any fake copper, but I suspect there soon will be. As the price of copper gets to a certain amount, it will be really worth it. You're going to get I don't know, a cheaper material inside with copper coated maybe. But at the moment, copper's still so low. And the best way to stack copper, in my opinion, is something that the Mind of Steel Telegram group has said that I'm stupid and I'm a nut job, and my poor kids, I'm teaching them to urban mine copper. Imagine having a dad who's a nut job like that teaching the kids about monetary history. But I do recommend urban mining. You go to your local bank, in the UK now I'm talking about, you ask to withdraw 20, 30, 40 pounds, something like that, worth of pennies and 2p's. Now you can't choose all pennies. They come in mixed bags, either pennies or 2p's. 1p is 3.5 grams of copper, a 2p is 7 grams. Now, you're going to find 50-50, actually it's more like 40% copper, 60%, something like that, steel. It might even be 70% steel if you're unlucky. Now you need to get home, put them all on the floor, on the table, use a big magnet to suck out all the ones that are not copper. You separate them. You separate the copper from the junk that is valueless. You put all the junk back in the bags, weigh them correctly so it's quick to deposit. You take them back to a different bank. Can I deposit these, please? And you deposit them there, and then you go to another bank. You can't do that same bank because they'll probably give you the same bags back. And you might get unlucky and find you've gone to a bank where somebody's done this. Somebody's doing urban mining, and they'll just give you all like junk. There's no copper in there. My prediction is the amount of copper in circulation is going to get less and less and less as the copper price keeps going up. It is the best way to stack copper. I know someone who's been buying copper pipes and melting them down, making copper bullion bars, and he thinks that's clever. Well, it's a lot of effort and a lot of risk to go to get your copper, and it's quite expensive compared to urban mining. Pennies and 2p's, you can do it at a third of the price. Yes, 1p, 3.5 grams of copper, is currently worth 3p. 300%. The value of the copper is 300% the face value. When I started, it was 200%. 1p was about 2p. Now it's 3p. Very soon it will be 4, 5, 6, and I think the price of copper is going to go up. Why am I so confident to say this? Because of the expanding data centers, AI chips, satellites, aerospace, EVs, battery technology, computers, computer chips, the amount of electronic items, silver and copper. We're talking about resource scarcity. Resource scarcity is a reality in our lifetimes. Some people say that's what this is all about with Venezuela and those. The Chinese are after the resources. The Americans are after the resources all around the world, and in Ukraine as well. It's a lot of the reason is to do with resource scarcity. And I think this is going to be a big thing going forward. As a humanity, as a race, humans are using up the Earth's resources. This is a fact. It is true. These are not finite resources. These are they are not infinite. They are finite. There is a limit. Now, the amount of silver and copper, particularly these two, are the ones I'm primarily interested in. I mean, I think some of the other resources, there's plenty there. But with silver and copper, the amount that humans are using up is increasing every year. And the amount being mined is decreasing. There's plenty more silver and copper in the ground, but it can take 20 years from discovery to actually getting the mine up and running and production. It can take decades. Even if they really fastball it as super fast as possible, you're talking several years from discovering a new deposit of copper or silver to actually mining it. Now, copper is very interesting because copper is used in huge quantities. It's a very plentiful element in the earth, but it's also used up very plentifully. Like I said, the copper piping for plumbing, the copper wiring for data centers and such, and power stations and electrical. The copper wiring is enormous amounts of copper used up. Now, it's quite easy to get back. Copper from landfill is plentiful. If it's used in very, very tiny little amounts, it's hard to get back. But when it's large amounts, copper is very plentiful and easy to get back. But still, demand is more than supply. And it is cheap and easy to get copper back from wiring. It's a terrible thing for the environment, but what a lot of people do is in these terrible recycle centres, they just burn all the plastic off and you're left with the copper. It's quite easy to get back. This is not true with silver. You don't really get silver in a big, easy to get to form like that. Silver and gold, the two together, silver and gold are just in very tiny amounts. Little tiny, the size of a full stop or less in soldering connections, electrical connections. That is very expensive and difficult to get back. You can't just get it back the same as copper. I think silver and gold, the price to recover it is about the same per ounce. To get an ounce of silver or gold back from waste is thousands of dollars per ounce. Gold is $5,000 just under at the moment. It is economic to get that back. It would cost the same. It would cost that just under $5,000 per ounce to get an ounce of silver back from landfill. But silver's less than $100. It's less than 90. Well, I think it's less than 80 as I'm speaking today, which is unbelievably cheap. That's the main message I'm saying. You haven't got long to buy silver so unbelievably cheap. And my predictions for the future are the governments are going to start saying, as if, it's our fault. Those silver hoarders, we need the silver. They can say silver's needed for military, for aerospace, for data centers, for AI chips, robotics, technology. We need the silver and the copper. And they're not going to say we've run out, but they're just going to say it's those silver hoarders. They're taking the silver out of supply that we need. And they're going to turn on us silver hoarders. And people are going to say, why didn't anybody see this coming? I'm saying a lot of us did see this coming. We are saying, save silver. We're saving silver now. Stopping the cunning men from trashing away the last of the silver and the copper in industry at such ridiculously low prices. Keep taking silver out of available supply. Drain available supply of silver and copper so that they're going to have to start saying, why didn't anybody see this coming?